Hello all. I'm back again as promised. I know I said I'd do a video every week, but I kind of got caught up last week with school and life and things like that. But I promise I will try to be on point as often as possible. Um, for this week's video, I wanted to kind of go. I don't know if I'm going to go back and forth or in a chronological order, but I think it's important to talk about specifically about what my experiences were like in India, and it's not just one experience, right? I mean, I lived there for 23 years, so there's several experiences that I can talk about, from family to society to authority, etc., etc. So maybe that portion I could talk about in a chronological fashion over the next several weeks, because there is a lot, and maybe people who connect can respond and let me know. I don't know, maybe things have changed, maybe things are still the same. Um, but if we can have a conversation about it, that'd be really nice. So, growing up in India, right, as a child, and when I say a child, I mean really, really young, um, I was without question the biggest brat you'd ever seen. I was loud, I was mischievous, I was always singing very inappropriate songs in very public places because I didn't know what they meant or anything. I've always loved music. And so I would sing my heart out everywhere we went. And then slowly, as I grew older, by this I mean, until pre-K, I think I was, until upper kindergarten, I think I was fine. And then again, the first grade and things like that. And these memories are very vivid. I've always had this very solid memory, which burden and boon, depends on how you look at it. Some things are very, very pleasant, some things not so much. But when I started getting into when I got into the first grade, I remember being scolded by pretty much every teacher of mine. They meant well, no question about it. I'm very grateful for the teachers that I've had. But I remember being scolded by pretty much every teacher of mine for being too boisterous, right? Pun intended. Because I was quite the tomboy. I was always playing the fool, jumping up and down on everything, climbing trees, always wanting to play with the boys because their games just seemed like so much more fun than the games that we were expected to play as girls. And so I used to do that, and even at that young age, I used to get in so much trouble for hanging out with the boys because I was a girl and girls should hang out with girls, right? And so I started developing this very, over the years, like let's say first grade through to fourth or fifth grade, I started developing this very conscious, oh, this very strong awareness, right? I was extremely conscious of how different I was, okay? And I don't know that I would have necessarily been that conscious of my difference, if you will, had it not been pointed out so often. I may have just gone along my way and just done my own thing, and really not cared to notice. But I was so aware, so acutely aware of how different I was, in the sense that uh, initially I just kept doing it again and again because I didn't know I didn't understand why it was wrong or why it was inappropriate or whatever. But I just kept behaving the way that I was behaving. I was still loud. I had a really loud laughter. I remember when I was in fifth grade, one of my professors pointed out and said, "My God, Samira, you laugh so loud. It's so obscene." Yeah? And at that time, I didn't know what the word obscene was. But as people would say more crap to me, as people would chide me more for things that I did or said or the way that I behaved, my vocabulary got a lot better. I went and looked up the word obscene, and I was like, but I just laughed. The word obscene doesn't seem to correlate in any way, right? And then following years, of course, I understood what she meant, but at that moment, I was very, very baffled, and that was just one occurrence that happened. But this is the thing: I was too loud. I was always laughing too much. Clearly, I wasn't very particular about my body. I wasn't very aware, that I'm a woman. I'm a girl. I was a girl. I was a child. I need to sit a certain way. You need to keep your legs together, crossed, stupid things like that, right? And you never really realize it. And I don't think my mom gave two shits enough to teach me those things. My mom taught me really good things. My mom loved that I liked playing so much. My mom loved that I loved the outdoors so much because I was always outdoors in shorts and messing around and playing the fool and getting dirty, and my mom was totally cool with it. She never once stopped me. Then all of these other occurrences, all of these other different things that were happening, they were really, they were foundational in my becoming very conscious of how uniquely inappropriate I was as a female bodied person, right? It wasn't that don't laugh so loudly, it's disturbing. It was don't laugh so loudly, you're a girl, right? And that was heavily problematic for people around me. Um, my loud behavior, let's say my vivacious behavior, was incredibly problematic for a lot of people around me. I won't say all. My mom and my mom's side of the family were very supportive of it. That side of the family, whole other story altogether. But I'm going to dedicate a few couple of videos to the way I was raised in my father's side of the family, the impacts that they've had, etc., because they do deserve an entire series by themselves. Um, but this was the general consensus on which I was raised. That was my foundation. I realized very, very soon that I was uniquely inappropriate to being a female-bodied person, and that has translated into my gender performance. Not so much into my sexuality, because that was very silenced, but my gender performance was very obvious, very visual, in your face, and that translated into um, how I would behave later on in the future. It translated into uh, my gender performance outside of just that uniquely inappropriate behavior, my gender performance also becoming inappropriate and um, encouraging or allowing from other people's perspectives, allowing for violence, both verbal and physical. Um, but yeah, I'll probably do more videos on that. I want to do. I'm thinking that maybe after this video, as a short introduction um, to what I'm going to do in the future, I'll do another video maybe tonight, giving more specific details. I think anecdotal evidence really does help. So thank you very much to everybody who's subscribed to this channel. Please subscribe. Please subscribe if you haven't, and encourage people that you know to subscribe. Please like and share the link on Facebook. And if there's anything particular you want me to talk about, as you can see, this is very journal-like. I'm just talking about what I think people might want to hear. But hit me up if there's something that you want me to specifically address, or if there's something that you want to respond to. Comment, Facebook me, or email me, whatever. I'm looking to make connections, and I'm hoping that my stories will help in any way, right? So let me know what you need. Thank you.